Okay, so we have a stellar lineup of employers for you to meet tonight. I am very proud because I've done Meet the Employers 2 or 3 times now, and this is the most amazing group that we've had yet. So I'm really glad that they're here, and they're very kind to come out on a freezing cold evening to be with us. So we run this like Blind Date. For those of you not old enough to remember Blind Date, it was a terrible TV show that was very, very popular in Britain. Each lovely person is going to introduce themselves for about 3 minutes, not longer than that. I'm then going to sum up a little bit about them. Then we let them take a quick breather. Then we put them all on tables, and you get to chat to them. You get to choose who you want to chat to first, okay? Which is the most attractive person to talk to. You do get to talk to everybody, but choose first who you think might have the most insights for you, okay? They will all be very happy to tell you about their careers, how you might want to get into their careers, how they started, that kind of thing, okay? Right, so without further ado, Maisie, are you ready? Okay, so this is Maisie Mitchell. We also have Maisie's mum, Sue Mitchell. For those of you who watch EastEnders, it's generally very dangerous to have 2 Mitchells in a room. But on this occasion, we're very happy to have 2 Mitchells in the room. So, Maisie, tell us about you.
Hi, everybody. Just firstly, I do go places without my mum. And I do go to work without my mum. But I am currently working as a TV producer. So I work in broadcast television. And I do kind of entertainment, factual entertainment it's called. And I'd say I've been doing it for the last 10 years. And it's really one of those jobs that you can go into and firstly have a really varied experience. You can work across one day, like at the moment, I'm doing a show called The Piano for Channel 4. And you're talking about Chopin, and you're talking about someone singing a pop song. And then the next day, you're working on a show about what it's like to be a mum and have a job and have 10 kids, and you're learning all this stuff about, I don't know, how people feed a baby and sit on a Zoom meeting at the same time. And you're kind of, the whole idea, I guess, with factual entertainment is that you have the kind of entertainment formatted side of TV, like Blind Date or any show you might watch, but you kind of have the factual documentary side of seeing into people's lives. So this show I'm doing at the moment, The Piano, we're on our 4th series, and I've done it since series 1. And what we do is we invite people to come to train stations in the UK, and they play a piece of music that means something to them, and they talk a bit about why they love the piano and why they love that piece of music. And you kind of get more than just that performance in the station. We often kind of do a bit of a day in the life filming with people away from it. And you really get to kind of see a window into all these different people's lives. And often the best people we film with are kind of people in their 90s who have lived this whole life, and they have all these pictures and history and stories, and it all links to music. So it's a really beautiful way to kind of meet really interesting and amazing people and get to spend the day with them. And in terms of, because it's very clear levels when you're working in TV, but it is one of those industries you can go into. Like, I started as a runner. My first job was sitting in a room in an edit house, and I had a phone, and people would call and be like, I want 2 pieces of toast and a cup of tea, and you'd be like, yes, okay, and you'd get really stressed. It'd be really hard work, and it'd be long days, and then you'd kind of get a job as a runner on a TV production, and you'd be out. I did Top Gear, driving cars up and down an airfield really fast at high speed, really stressful. And then you kind of can quite easily and quickly move up, but you get a really varied experience trying different things. So you'd start as a runner, then you'd be a researcher, then you'd be an assistant producer, and then you'd go into being a producer, and then you can go up and be an executive and oversee it all. But yeah, if anyone's interested, I work for Love Productions, and we do like a work experience program, so anyone who might be interested in that, definitely come and talk to me about it.
So you've got Maisie, fabulous storyteller, as you can see, you know. So next up, we have Doyen. I mentioned before, I think, that we have employer heroes. Doyen is one of our employer heroes. For those of you who are not British, the NHS is our religion. It's as near as we come to religion. And Doyen works as a nurse for the NHS. Now, those of you who haven't been in Britain as long as I have, maybe your experience of the NHS is waiting and trying to find your doctor. But she's one of the people, when you get to the doctors, when you see them, who will sort you out. So, Doyen, over to you.
Wonderful. What an introduction. No pressure at all. But no, yes, my name's Dorian. I am a general practice nurse that works in East Dulwich, and I'm also an advanced clinical practice trainee at the City University, London. But yes, I work as a general practice nurse. Within the centre that I work in, it's quite multi-professional. So we've got physio, we've got phlebotomy downstairs, we've got dialysis downstairs as well. So there's lots of different parts to it. So you're talking to different specialities. But also previously, well, till last year, I worked as a practice nurse facilitator. So essentially, I'm not sure if you're aware, but there's a shortage of nurses in the UK. Essentially, we're trying to retain nurses and also build those numbers up. So we are employing nursing associates, which is like a different role to nurses. It's like an interim role, and you can do a top-up course, and then you become a fully fledged nurse, so you don't have to go through the degree route. And then also we're having GPNAs, which are general practice nurse academics. So it's newly qualified nurses that want to get into general practice. So just to like break it down, there's secondary care, which is like hospitals and stuff like that, and outpatient services. And there's primary care, which is general practice, district nurses, your GP practice. So yeah, there's lots of different ways to kind of get into nursing now. Before, you used to have to do a diploma, and then it was a mandatory degree, but now there's apprenticeships, and there's just different accesses to getting there, which is wonderful. So that's something that I could discuss and talk about. And yeah, nursing is not rigid. It never has been rigid, but I think there was that perception. But you can go to so many different specialities. If you look at the body, dermatology, head and neck, gastro, feet, there's so many different things you can get into. So happy to talk about that, happy to talk about the accesses. But yeah, and it's fun. I mean, I'm generally a bubbly person, but I enjoy my job. It's exciting, it's dynamic. But yeah, it keeps me going. So yeah,
Brilliant.
That's all I've got to say.
Thanks very much. Okay. And next to you, we have Pete. Pete is a serial entrepreneur, I think I can say. Pete has founded quite a few very successful companies, one of which I've just forgotten the name of, unfortunately, which is...
This?
This one? This? Okay, this. Sorry, this. He's actually, the company's called This, not This. Okay, if that makes sense.
Yeah, not this.
Yes, not this.
Happens a lot.
Okay, and he will be very happy to tell you a little bit about his career and how you might maybe develop your ideas if you have some ideas fizzing in the back of your head. His companies have been incredibly successful. So over to you, Pete.
Thanks very much. Another very flattering intro. Thank you. So yeah, my name's Pete. I've done a few different things over the years. So I actually trained as an engineer. I then worked for Coca-Cola for 3 years in sales and marketing. So like field sales and national accounts, all sorts. Then went off and set up a fast food, like a restaurant business. It's called Chosen Bun, and we did upmarket burgers for delivery. That built that up to quite a good size, became a chain, and we sold that business in 2016. Then we opened an indoor climbing centre. So it's my business partner and I, along 13 years in the thick of it. So yeah, opened a indoor climbing centre that was in Leicester. It's called Social Climbing. There's now 3 of them. That's a great business, and we sold that a couple of years ago. And then in 2017, 18, we started this. So it's like, this isn't chicken, this isn't sausages, it's a vegan meat alternative brand. We're now 3rd largest in the UK, so behind Corn and Tofuco for now. So that's, it's just 50, 60 people directly employed there, manufacturing sites all over the place as well. I've since taken a step back from being CEO of that, and now I'm a board member and starting a new business. So, yeah, I mean, my day job has varied from, negotiating terms with a billionaire in a Mayfair boardroom to working 18 hours straight in a food manufacturing plant on the line. Very varied. Super happy. I hired from burger flipper to CEO. So lots of experience on the hiring side. Happy to talk about entrepreneurship or starting a business yourself. Whatever. Like talking. So, yeah.
Brilliant stuff. Thank you very much. Okay, and next up we have our second Mitchell. We have Sue Mitchell. Okay. For those of you who know the BBC at all, Sue is a legend. She's an award-winning investigative journalist. She has done lots of incredible stories, a lot about refugees and really in-depth investigation. And we're very, very proud and very pleased to have her here. So,
wow, I like the introductions. So I'm a journalist at the BBC, and I tend to concentrate on injustice and wrongdoing. So I'm kind of very driven to try and get to the root of things and try and make things better through the programmes I do. So we tackle a lot of different issues, but primarily I concentrate on probably abuse of the elderly and also the difficulties people have in the asylum system, the whole experience of people coming to this country. I've done quite a lot of work on looking at migration, looking at the sort of conditions people are living in the hotels here, the migrant hotels, and just some of the stories of people. And we try and question those in a position to be able to make change, to try and put these issues to them. So my background is as a newspaper journalist. I started in newspapers after college, and I just think I love sort of being behind the news. I love everything about the news. I read every newspaper. I kind of listen to every news program. I'm kind of really, I love politics, and I love sort of knowing about how, a bit like Maisie, I love knowing about how people live, and it seemed like a good combination because you get to go into people's homes and hear their stories and, you know, actually get them out there to a big audience and give people a voice. And one of the series I'm really proud of actually that started me doing these kind of long investigations was about a woman, a lovely woman from Afghanistan who'd been living in Iran, but whose daughter was taken from her and brought across the continents and she had no idea where her daughter was. And we worked with her for about a year, retracing the journey that this little girl had made, and eventually we were able to reunite them. So sometimes it's not just questioning authority, sometimes it's really intimate stories, but you can really make a difference in people's lives and actually bring about a resolution that was so important, and it was such a wrong that had been done to her. And some people never get redress through the proper channels, and sometimes when that happens, we're a source for them that can be a source of real good. So although you might hear a lot about the perils of the media and the difficulties of the BBC and, you know, some of the problems that we have with the whole proliferation of social media and the lack of fact-checking, at its very heart, journalism can be a really amazingly powerful tool if used properly. And, you know, I hope that lots of you, and young people especially, keep on coming into the profession. So that's my aim, to try and, if I can impart any advice on how to do that, then yeah, I'd love to.
So we mentioned before when we were talking about Diane, the religions in Britain. For me, the other religion in Britain is the BBC. It's an institution, it's phenomenally powerful, it's incredibly important. If you want to, and it has lots of job opportunities there as well, from low down to sort of high up. So again, a great person to have here. Next to Sue, we have Vicky. Vicky works for a CEO in Tower Hamlets. Tower Hamlets is one of the poorest boroughs in London, where there are a lot of charities and charitable groups there. So Vicky is a woman with incredible insight. She does, if I get this right, I'm hoping, she strategically organises stuff for charities in the area and helps the charities sort of work to their maximum benefit and to maximum productivity. So somebody with a good heart and a very strategic vision. Vicky, over to you.
Thank you. Yes, I am the CEO of Tower Hamlets Council for Voluntary Service, otherwise known as Tower Hamlets CVS. And there is a CVS in pretty much every London borough. And what they do is they support the voluntary and community sector in that borough. And the voluntary and community sector is quite wide and varied. In Tower Hamlets, there's over 1,000 groups, and they're things like charities, community groups, social enterprises. So they're organisations that are not for profit and are there for social value. So they're really, they appeal to people who want to make a difference. You may not have considered this sector because they're largely quite small groups, but they're a big employer. They're a big employer in Lewisham and across London, and there's various different ways you can get into this sector, and one of those is through volunteering. And most boroughs also have a volunteer centre where you can go along and see what the volunteer opportunities are. You're right, we do work quite strategically, so we work across the health system as well, so that's all the 7 different boroughs in North East London. And there's a health system in South East London as well. So we work across all those different things. And across London, there are all sorts of opportunities that you can usually see in your local CVS. Unfortunately, Lewisham doesn't really have one, which doesn't help you. But Lewisham Local is the place to go to look at volunteering opportunities.
Brilliant, lovely stuff. And last but absolutely not least, we have Amy. Amy is a brand consultant. Now, I had to check what a brand consultant was because it was something new to me. But as far as I can make out, you help people to design their strategic vision of what they want their company to be. So if you're thinking about starting your own business, if you're thinking in that direction, Amy is the woman who's able to tell you how to market that best, how to make sure that your vision is coherent and joined up.
Very good. Your work here is done. I don't need to introduce myself. I think a lot of what I do also chimes with a lot of what the other people have spoken about, but the bad news is I do it for big companies that want to make a bit of profit. So a lot of my work is in market research, which means really understanding audiences and people. I do unfortunately work for big brands who want to either sell their products to you in a more relevant way, or sell their service to you and make sure you're there as part of their service and spending more time with them. So if I think of some examples, just to break that down, I thought about this and bringing some examples to life before I knew I'd be sharing a panel with the BBC. But if you're the BBC, for example, this isn't the only thing you're after, but you want people to spend more time watching your shows and with your brand, essentially. If you're a Deliveroo or you work in the fast food industry, you want more people to spend time on your app ordering meals. And so really what it is that I do is try and understand those audiences and understand those groups. So definitely chimes with a lot of what other people have said about the sort of stories and the human experience behind people. And then I package that up and I go back to the big brands and I say, here's how we can talk to them with a little bit more relevance, with a little bit more interest. We can pique that interest in different ways as well. So that's kind of what I do. In terms of how I got into it and the sorts of avenues available, I've been doing it about 10 years. I actually wanted to start in the fashion industry. And then I realized there wasn't a lot of creativity in the fashion industry. So I sort of switched gears a little bit and decided that what I really liked doing was understanding what made people tick. So what made people choose to buy certain products, what made people choose to spend their money in certain areas. And that's why I sort of moved into understanding people and then playing that back to the people that want to grab them. And yeah, market research, you can get into it in so many different ways. I mean, the most simple way is you could take part in research. There's a lot of ways to take part in research, whether that's surveys, interviews. We can definitely talk about different ways into that side of things. And then I work a lot with journalists, with copywriters, with project managers. It's a really varied mix of different avenues and sectors. So yeah, would be really happy to talk to you about any of those things.
Brilliant. Okay, so just to give you a little roundup, we have 6 amazing people here. Storytellers with big hearts, I think, if I was to sum them all up. people who can help you market yourself, people who can help you market a product, people who can help you care for people, people who can help you tell a story. So everybody here is going to be amazing to talk to. So first of all, can we give them all a round of applause to thank them for turning up tonight? Then, so they've been doing the hard work so far. This is where you guys get to do the hard work. You get to interrogate them gently. You get to find out how you can get into their role. You might not have thought of these roles before, but I'm sure you can agree that every job here has something that sounds a bit interesting. You know, I never would have thought, actually a brand manager, that sounds like me, but now I'm thinking, yeah, maybe, you know. So we'll let them take breath. We are going to separate you into 5 tables. We are going to put one of our lovely participants, or in the Mitchell's case, 2 of our lovely participants on a table. We will let you talk to them for about 10 minutes. So you just have 10 minutes in your group, okay? So make that 10 minutes work, okay? Ask them anything you think useful. I'm sure they might be happy to give you, swap their emails or give you advice, okay? Then you will hear some terrible music. As soon as you hear the terrible music, your lovely employers will move to a different table and you'll get to talk to another wonderful person. Okay, does that make sense? Sort of? Okay, right, so you guys, can you shove the chairs around? You guys? You can relax for 2 minutes. Okay. Would you like any more drinks or anything? Okay. We also got you Kit Kats because I know it's quite hard work doing this. Did you want the Kit Kats? Right, okay. Okay, if you... Okay, you can...
Oh, thank you.
Sue, can I put you and Maisie over here?
Okay, we have another seat on the sofa. We can organize here.
Okay, I thought since you and Maisie are both sort of TV media, we'll put you together if that's okay. And there's there. Okay, grab a seat. Yeah. You get to talk to everybody, so.
I have a startup where I want to develop.
Okay, fine. Do you want me to hold or are you okay? Okay.
I will go around. So.
If you could
Excellent.
help me
Nice.
give water to everybody, that would be great. Yeah, that's just
Just to record
to
this.
The employers, actually, not the. Yeah, that would make.
Anyway, it's
Phew,
a startup
okay.
about public speaking skills.
Okay.
Trying to help people to gain self-confidence. So, but the main thing, the main
Can
problem,
we
what
do
I'm
that?
doing
Yeah,
now,
lovely.
just
Okay.
how to test it properly. Because what they taught us in university, you need to think about feasibility first, and then to create a business plan. But some other entrepreneurs, they told me, no, create the business plan first, and then to adjust it more and more. So what should I do first? Because practically it's different to what they taught us in university.
Yeah.
I know.
Okay.
First thing I'd say is anyone who's, as a general rule of thumb, I would say if you're getting advice from anyone and they tell you the way to do it, I normally would stop listening. There's a million ways of doing just about anything. People have a preference, people have a way that works for them, they have their opinion as to, but people often position that as a fact, as the only path. Drives me absolutely nuts. So be very careful whose advice you buy, and I would very rarely, unless you have a very good reason, trust that advice, put it above your own judgment. Yeah, people have crap advice loads of the time. So if I were looking at a new business concept, it's like a high level, what is the shape of this? Do I understand enough about how that works? Like,
So basically it's like a Airbnb business model when I try to connect mentors of public speaking, like 10 years of experience and more, like native English speakers and and like 3 target audiences. Well, before I shifted to another maybe niche, then we have 3 target audiences, like student who wants to not to gain self-confidence, just to want to get job, better job, then entrepreneurs. Most of the time, just they don't know how to pitch properly. Pioneer entrepreneurs and just general people who don't know how to talk to different people in the crowd.
Lovely.
Like 3 target audiences, and you try to.
Hi, how are you doing? Hi, I'm good.
Basically,
Thank you very much. How are you?
people pay to meet with
What's your name?
Yeah, with mentors.
Alyssa.
So,
and then you
can
take a cut on the which means I need that many speakers, and then you put it all together and say, does that make sense? Does this feel achievable just as a gut feel? You know what I mean? If you come out with, well, I'd need to add 5 new speakers every week, maybe that's doable. I need to run maybe 10 sessions a week, maybe that's doable. But if you come out to reach even £100,000 or £200,000 and you need like 1,000, then I would be questioning it and being, if I wanted that to happen, I need a really clever way of getting that many people together that's not you just banging on doors. After that, you'll, in a good, if it still makes sense, you'll have like, well, how much will these different people pay? You can look, by the way, look at precedents. So if you go on What's a good example? There's intro to intro.com. You can see people, there will be public speakers on intro.com who will bill themselves out by the hour. So you can start to see who's busy, how many reviews they have, are people paying this? And then if you want, like, your business, the way I do it, the business plan comes as you kind of go through this. So it's like you just feel it out, you test it, like, what do I want it to do? What does that mean it has to look like in practice?
So, guys, we only have a
Take
few more
notes as you
minutes
go
with
and file
Amy.
them.
So
And then you
anybody
stitch it all
else
back
has
together. When you
questions
find
for
a
her?
path that you think makes sense, that kind of is your business plan. Because that somewhere in there you have a financial model that says, like, you know, these are my costs, and everything. That is the plan.
Very similar.
For testing, my last thing, if at all possible, as soon as you have an assumption or a view as to how it could look, I would try it. Wherever possible, my preference is very strongly just go and do it. Like, find a couple of speakers, hire a room, knock together a platform on something like Lovable.
I thought about like landing page and then to test it there.
Yeah, you can do it. You could with Love. Have you come across Lovable?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I've heard it.
I'm old, so. But yeah, you could knock up a landing page. You could knock up a basic booking system. You could make something that looks quite professional. Try. You'll learn
Just
way.
demand,
You'll just learn way more by doing it. So then you'll be like, oh, shit, I don't know how to get anyone onto this page, or like, the people I get, I can see they only click twice and then they disappear, and you'll get a clearer picture.
Because I talked to like one mentor.
Sorry, I'm just
generator.
floating.
He's 10 years experience in publishing. And he told me, okay, just concentrate on one target audience, not 3 of them. And the most desperate one, like students. But at the same time, students, they will, the first problem. And the second one is just, they would prefer, for example, to pay for one session, and then if they found a job, they would probably not to do the second session. So,
my advice would just be throw a bunch of stuff at the wall. Just try. If you put it out and you put up a little ad on Facebook or Instagram or whatever, you had 5 versions targeting different demographics. What's the click-through? How much did you have to pay to get those people to your site? You see what I mean? But the more, as much as you can do, you'll make loads of mistakes, and that's, for me, the quickest way to learn.
The most entrepreneurial possible.
Yeah, just like go quickly, make a mess, and then you always learn more when it goes wrong than right.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Actually, the second question is about different stuff. It's just normal business idea, but at the same time, it's like a society. So I have a table tennis society with more than 140 people. I'm the president there, but I have kind of issues with hiring the right people next to me. I mean, how to understand or how to engage people or involve them into the process. Because sometimes you can see that, okay, vice president, the treasurer, they're quite, they are able and they're willing to help me, or they engage enough to develop the table tennis society, but at the same time, after some time, they vanished. Like, they don't want to do the thing that they were responsible for. So, how to manage, I don't know, try it, because it's for free.
Just in case, I know, just in case you get thirsty. I know it's very hard to
do it for free.
For sure. But just before I do, is there anything, I'm conscious that we only have like 10 minutes or whatever. That's all right, I was just going to offer in case there was anything you wanted to cover.
Because I can take lots of time to
No
complete
problem.
cases.
Okay. So it's how do you choose the right person?
Yes.
Or are you choosing from your membership?
Yeah, well, from students in general, I can find any students I want, but I try to find that people who are interested and responsible enough to cover part of my responsibility, because what I cover is 99% of their responsibility from like 5 people, and I don't have that time to vote.
Sure. So I would say it's a bit. I normally have paper.
Can you go? Yeah. Okay.
But no.
Who is engineer?
Engineer.
This may, do you see we should separate the group first and then put the people.
Yes, yeah.
Speakers. You see?
Yeah, yeah,
One,
yeah, 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 yeah.
now.
Okay? Okay. Employers, can you move one round? Okay. Okay.
No, just focus on one, because it looks like now it's better than so
Okay. Sorry, Pete, you're moving that way. Okay. 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 No, sorry. You're going here. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So Maisie and Sue, when you're ready, if you can move to that table, the first one. Yeah. Oh, they've moved. Okay. Okay. You stay. The people move. Yeah. You stay still. Okay, yeah. I know, I'm trying to, yeah. Okay. Yeah, okay, payment, the ladies, you can talk to them in a minute. They have to move to another table and then you can, yeah, okay? Okay, okay. So ladies, you can move to this, yeah. Okay, sorry, otherwise everybody gets, yeah. Okay. You stay here. Vicky will come to this table.
This is all person from area where.
Okay, so yeah, so Vicky, can you move to you move? Yeah, sorry. It's organised chaos. Okay, and you sit here. Yes.
This is going to be difficult.
Yes.
For me, no. Someone but for you, Era.
Okay. Okay. So guys, you stay here. You stay here. You get to new person. You get to talk to the lovely Vicky now. Okay? For 10 minutes. Just 10 minutes. Okay? Whatever way we do this, it's always.
It's quite difficult though because people get into quite good
Conversations. Yes, and then they don't want to move, and then yeah. But we have to because otherwise it's just.
join you to just listen and record.
Everything is interesting.
Well, her son's interested in the music show that Maisie does, so she's just giving her numbers to Maisie to see if he could
for our show.
to see if he could get a place on the show.
We have a lot of musicians in our community.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, anyone who would...
And amazing guy who play on flute.
Piano, it has to be piano.
On the piano.
Yeah.
Okay, I will think about it.
Will you?
Anyone...
I can give you Maisie can give you her number, and then you can.
I will ask Abby. Abby know everyone.
Yeah. Yeah. And do people watch this online as well?
Yes.
Do they?
Yes, right now they message us. I know that someone requests to ask Amy
Yeah.
because she's a fashion designer.
Yeah.
She has a relation to
Oh,
fashion design.
perfect. Thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah.
Oh, you
Yeah.
receive
Someone just
CV?
gave us, So we're chatting to people, and he wants to come and volunteer in the media. So we're going to try and sort that out. And then someone else wanted to know how they could get introduced to some of the production companies. So Maisie's taking her details and is going to email her and put her in touch. So, yeah. I think you've got some questions for Maisie.
I don't know about TV for myself, but I'm attending choir here. It's called Citizens of the World. I don't know. It could be maybe we can. I don't know. You can help us to promote the choir as well in some way, but I don't know in which way. For example, is it possible?
Yeah, what, do something on TV on the choir?
I'm attending choir, so, but I don't know how it could be helpful. Maybe maybe you can, maybe someone from choir can join your program and promote choir, because it's choir for asylum seekers and for refugees, and they have values like unity and humanity. So they're quite about migration. So they support a lot of refugees. So maybe.
Could someone from the choir play the piano?
Yes.
And then the choir
Musicians.
sing? Well, if someone plays the
musicians,
piano,
Piano first.
well, yeah, that would be good, because if basically how it could work is you have someone come and play the piano and then do have the choir perform
Maybe.
around that.
Yeah.
Maybe my son can play piano.
But might work very easy. It's good. But yeah, something like anything like that, we'd be really open to it. So we have like each episode, we have 10 performances, 10 people come and perform, and sometimes that's just like one person sits down and plays a song. But we've had it in the past where a person comes to play and they have a choir with them, their teacher, and they have kids, but this, if that ties in with who they are and why they want to do it, be interesting to see. So we have like 5 episodes coming up. We've got London and Birmingham. You're London based though, aren't you? So that's in January, yeah. So we'd maybe have to think about it in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, cool. If
Okay.
I will give you contact, or I take your contact and give you for our conductor, for example.
Be perfect.
Because, yesterday we had a rehearsal when someone played on piano, someone rehearsed. A few people and the choir was singing.
Yeah.
So
Okay, yeah. No,
it's
amazing.
a lot of stories.
Can I take your number? Yeah.
Or maybe maybe it's better the Instagram.
So you got what? Did you hear all that? So she was basically saying about and they're going to try and see if they could get linked up. I mean, it's amazing the connections, isn't it? When you start talking to people. We'll have to talk to you in a minute. What are you interested in? What are you interested in from this presentation? Is there any?
As for now, because I want to learn English first because I can't read, I can't write, so I want to learn English first. That is my.
It's hard, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Then when you've learned English, what would you like to do then?
Like nursing or anything, I don't know right now.
Like family, so I would like to promote and this way for people who is as well like strangers and
Meet people.
yeah, to join like the idea to join some community like this, to have a feeling of belongings, some warm feelings, friends.
That's literally what we're about how music kind of, the power that it has, totally.
Power of connection, yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
I have a question. How you usually find the people for your program?
Honestly, we take a picture. Many things. We look on Instagram a lot. Yeah. We go, like in King's Cross Station, they have like a piano. People sit out and play. Sometimes we like sit by that all day and just watch people playing. Go up to them and say, "Hi, do you want to come on TV?" Or we do go to kind of schools. We do. I mean, so many different things. But like meeting people, just generally meeting people, hearing what people do, different things. But music students, if people are studying music, we always write to universities, but it's hard when you write to a big organisation to find the kind of people within it that if people send you an email, rarely do you kind of think that it's directed at you personally when it's a huge email, so that can be the tricky thing, is talking to people directly. Yeah. I think it's a good idea. I like the sound of a choir. Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know, we as well have 10 minutes for both of you.
Yeah. But we do quite
Your mum
different
as well?
things. Yeah. She does much more serious.
That was so interesting listening to you. That was so interesting.
And how you find the people for your story?
Well, I mostly am going to ask your son. I'll come and interview your son.
Okay.
No, I actually, Tariq has helped a lot. So he's been helping us with getting in touch with people, because obviously there's been a lot of big announcements this week about asylum and about people's cases, what's going to happen to the Home Office changes.
Yeah.
So he's been putting us in touch with people. So it's been a fantastic sort of liaison to how you sort of get to hear about what's happening. Yeah.
Do you think is it possible that government say these people who not now refugee go home?
Well,
is it possible?
It's going to take a long time for them to in discussion, so it's a bit early to say. But they want to shift the system to make it more restrictive, definitely. So yeah, it's difficult to know, but yeah. But so what I do is probably a bit more upsetting, but what Maisie does is a bit more bringing people together and having, hopeful. How long have you been here?
3 years.
3 years.
For now.
I'm two and a half.
And what do you work as? What's have you?
What I'm working for?
Yeah.
I would like. In general, I'm a counselor and psychotherapist.
Yeah.
For Ukrainians, but I would like to try to be here like, on English language as well.
Yeah.
And for now, be honest, I think I would like to do this job for migrants, for refugees maybe. So that's where I'm looking, in which sector. I start to look, to be honest. I didn't look properly yet. So I'm attending choir, and I have to learn English, because when I came it was like 100 words maybe.
Yeah.
And I didn't remember nothing from the school. So I did English and counseling here as well. That's it. I'm doing a bit of barista job now to improve my English, but now it's not improving anymore on that role. attending choir and some socials.
How many people are in the choir? How big is
It's
it?
around 50 or 60.
Wow.
60 people, yeah.
From all over different countries, or mostly?
Yeah. So that's this idea. The idea it's like 50% of allied members, like British people, and 50% it's refugee, asylum seekers. So from different. Yeah, I can show you maybe.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, it's.
Make sure it's good,
I can show you on Instagram, and you can.
Yeah, let's see.
Citizens. It's
a
called
good-
Citizens of the World.
Yeah.
Maybe you have, I don't know, moment. So this is a page.
Yeah.
How often do you meet?
Time to time. This year we had maybe 6 or 8 gigs, and we have been on Glastonbury Festival. Do you know it?
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Really? We opened it.
Wow.
We opened it. Do you remember? It's first day. With
I actually didn't get there the first day. I came for the second. Oh, what stage were you?
pyramid stage.
Played the pyramid stage.
Yeah. So, but for us, like for refugees and asylum seekers, we did not know. For me, I did not know nothing about this festival. To be honestly, sorry.
Yeah.
Previously.
That must have been mind blowing.
Yeah. So, and for me, the performance is like I'm afraid of it, but it's Crystal Palace, but it's not. I think we have the pyramid stage and Woolwich as well, Woolwich Arsenal. Oh no, I think it's small. It's as well. It's from Woolwich Arsenal. Maybe you have been.
Yeah.
It's,
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
These guys. It was, and it was staged. It was a lot of a small amount of choir.
Yeah. What songs do you do? Like pop songs?
We have album now.
Oh. Yeah.
So on Apple Music, and you can. There's few of them quite. I don't know. I like like this songs.
Oh, here we are.
Oh yeah, this
Yeah.
one. Yeah, this one.
That is insane.
I still did not. I don't know where to see it. Like maybe on BBC or
yeah.
because nobody we did not watch
should
the
be on
translation. It's only from some people like under the stage.
How often do you practice then? Do you
Every Wednesday.
every Wednesday?
You can come and join if you would like.
Yeah. You can watch
Really?
you
I
practice.
can't sing.
No, we can
I'm
watch.
also, it's not about singing, to be honest. It's more about, I think, like unity and belongings and co-creation. Yeah, of course we have some musicians there, but a lot of us.
This is all their choir. The video.
Where do you
there.
meet?
Choir.
Where is it?
So
It's Greenwich, my cine house. So we will have a concert 10th of December if you would like. You can
10th of
come.
December?
I think we have still have tickets. But it will be like a small concert on my cine house where we are rehearsed.
yeah.
It's Becky, she's our conductor, and she's in this place. Do you remember? Do you know
Yes.
this Glastonbury
Yeah,
tour?
yeah.
It's we did with National Trust.
Yeah.
This one video. So it's like the story of two persons firstly, and after it will be the really good
I
thing
love this. Yeah.
at the end. How to open it? So and I think they promoted the Glastonbury tour like British heritage.
Yeah.
So at the end, but now I don't hear nothing.
This
It's
is-
our conductor.
Do you like
I can
music?
hear. Yeah.
Do you like music?
Do you like music? Do you
Do
like,
you like
sing?
singing?
No.
No.
Why? Okay.
Where are you from?
Let's
From Guinea.
Guinea.
Do you sing in your country in general? Do you, your people they like to sing?
Yeah, they like to sing.
Yeah.
Our as well.
Yeah. They like
It
to
feels
sing.
good to sing even if you can't sing, doesn't it?
It's Mike, she's as well like musician who conduct. And we did, I don't know, for Ed Sheeran some back vocals with Azizam and
Ed Sheeran.
but Azizam and Sapphire, we did, but I did not hear. I don't hear. To be honest, it's some on the backs, like all quiet, just a
still,
bit
it's on
somewhere.
there. Yeah.
It
Still
was
counts.
it was this year, so
Oh wow.
it was amazing like experience. Yeah.
That is really
for us. Can you imagine, we are refugees and we are on the stage, and we don't have ideas how it could be, and it was like 100,000 of people under the stage, and I was afraid of perform. But it's good training for me as well.
Yeah.
But that is terrifying.
to training. But the musicians who joined us, like friends of our choir, they said they dreamed previously about how to perform on pyramid stage. And he said, for example, the man who is like 50 years old, he said, I dreamed about it. Just for him, it's to perform on pyramid stage, and he can die after it.
Yeah. I mean, I think even for like the biggest artists in the world to do that stage, you're like, that's your.
But
it makes you more confident as well. Like all those things are amazing. They are.
Have been on the pyramid stage,
good
so
for you.
I can do everything. After.
All that stuff, it builds your
Confidence.
It does so much.
Yeah.
And,
So we did not expect it at all.
It's really amazing.
Yeah, because some people may not have known what that is as well. The
Yeah.
stage,
But they said us like in
Right, folks, it's time to move on. Okay? So, guys. Okay. Participants, you stay. Oh, mate, it's working? Yeah. Okay. So, participants, you stay. Folks, you move. Okay. Participants, you're going here. That makes sense. Yes, you're going to. We're doing this. Guys, time to. Okay. Okay, you're going that corner there, if you don't mind. Okay. Okay.
I'm always interrupting.
No, honestly,
I'll let it naturally.
I feel I was at a private viewer last night for an art gallery in Peckham Rhyme, and it was lots of my friends, but equally there was loads of passionate artists talking, and I just felt like I was endlessly.
How do you do it with love?
Yes,
But then also like.
Well, also, I always seem to get stuck in the corner with somebody as well.
for anything in a long while. But I would say it is quite... So I think I was saying to the other girls there, like, unfortunately, it's still a bit like location, 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 and then also who you know. But I think it's also applying for the right places. So I think before, for some specific jobs, so let's say marketing or something like that, you might have to go via Indeed, you might have to go via LinkedIn. But I do find a lot of admin, so like in a general practice, in a health centre, you have to go, or receptionist in a health centre or at King's College, you have to go directly to the employer. And I can imagine, actually, you don't know all these GP surgeries, you don't know all these employers, you don't know the back way to get into the applications. So if I were to want to apply as a receptionist job or admin or a medical secretary or even like a clerk, I would go directly to the employer. So if there was like a GP practice there, honestly, all the GP practices, all the people that I know that work at our reception, they've gone via the website. I feel like when it comes to in healthcare, I feel like when it comes to Indeed, when it comes to all those things, they're kind of auto-generated and they don't actually look at the CVs. However, when you go onto the website, so the GP practice that I work for in Streatham, if you go onto their website, there's a practice manager. If you email them, send the CV to them, the practice manager will actually look at it and be like, okay, yeah, that sounds good. Whereas if that same job was applied on Indeed, they'll have a look at it, but because they're getting so many applicants, it's like, it's too much. Whereas if you go back door directly to the GP, because the GPs are more like businesses, they're not like hospitals. Hospitals, massive infrastructure. But GPs, if you want to work as a receptionist, it's more like a business. You have to target the manager that's working there. Whereas if you apply for a hospital, you target a lot of different sectors, if that makes sense.
Yeah, if I don't have local experience as receptionist, because I have been looking for many job descriptions, for instance, receptionist, admin, quite often the main requirement is local experience is receptionist. Like my experience, finance, administration back in Ukraine, here just retail experience.
Honestly, I think with receptionist work, admin work, clerk, I don't know what transferable skills I think are important. I don't think you have to have experience as far as I'm aware. So some of the receptionists that work within our general practice, they have come from working at Clark's, which is like a shoe store. So one of our girls, Agnes, she worked in Clark's and then now she works as a receptionist. One of them worked in a bar, so All Bar One in town. So it's like a bar,
the bar,
drinks, cocktails, pub, yeah. So she worked at a pub and she worked at a cafe and then now she works as a receptionist. So actually I think it's more transferable skills and how you communicate that in your CV instead of experience. As far as I'm aware, receptionist, admin, clerk, it's just about how you communicate your transferable skills. I want to make sure that you can talk to someone, you know how to maybe problem solve. So if a patient comes and says, I need to make an appointment with this.
Problem
solving. I can imagine. I can imagine. So I think it's how you kind of communicate that across. And then once you got the interview, then that's all good. But I do find receptionists, general practice, emailing them directly will probably work best. And possibly a cover letter. So if you don't have experiences in that specific field, a cover letter to say, fine, I don't have past experience, but this cover letter shows how my skills that I have now can be transferred into what you want, the role that you want. I would say that's the best way to go about it. But there are still lots of receptionists that are needed in general practice. They're constantly saying they're short staffed. So I feel like it is there. It's just the back way that you kind of get there. Yeah, that's what I would say. No worries. And I think Abby said she's going to send out emails around. Because I was just saying to someone there's lots of stuff out there. It's just who you know. So even if I don't know it now, I can just send it to the right person.
Do you mean your email?
Yeah, our email. Yeah.
Because about NHS, even my work coach, it's not from job center. It's organization which is cooperating with job center, and job center referred me to this organization. She told me people are obsessed with NHS and billions people who apply for NHS any roles. I mean, with medical background or as me, I'm not medical person, but administration or similar roles. And it's no chance to get even to in interview if I do it like even through website of
Like the
GP,
legitimate, yeah.
not in generative like this Indeed platform. Directly to their website. Actually, it's better to apply directly to a website of a company, not through Indeed. It's like general rule, but with NHS, like huge, extremely high competition.
There's lots of volume. Right now in this current climate, that's my only top tip, because I've seen my managers, I've seen them look through stuff, and AI is being used a lot more now to filter everything before it even gets to the employer. And AI, although it's supposed to be super smart and stuff like that, it can be quite discriminative. Like it can just look at the specific words. It doesn't look at you as a person, and then you're already out of the competition.
This is the problem. That like on this stage of like when I sent my CV cover letter, and between these ATS systems which are tracking our CVs, like our application, simply put, and between a real person. HR, like this kind of specialists, they have no idea about what kind of person is applying for a particular role, and like how to stand out, like and
to stand out. It sounds really cheeky, but before I got into my current role, I was applying on Indeed. So this was 2021. I was applying on Indeed. I was not getting anywhere, and I emailed someone called Brenda Donnelly, and she was the top something director of Southeast London. I emailed her, and then I was like, whatever, I'm stressed out, I'm going to email her and hopefully she'll get me into general practice. 3 months later, she replied, and she's literally the reason that I am here now. Since she replied, she was like, okay, I don't know who you are, I like your enthusiasm, I'm going to get you something here, give me a month. And then she got me a job in general practice, and it's just kind of snowballed from there. So like, to be honest, this is what I mean by sometimes you have to go through the back door. I literally found her email online, and like just that gusto of like this little girl just emailing her, she was just like, oh, okay, like you must be quite passionate and serious about it. So like there's a saying that goes, you miss all the chances that you don't take. So like even if you're scared to do it, email them. If they look at it and they don't want to reply, fine, it's not a big deal. Go on to the next person. Like sometimes you have to be like a little bit aggressive with it, but like in a nice way. Honestly, just email them. And if they don't know, you'll find they'll be like, oh, that's really sweet. Let me pass you on to someone else. Like, unfortunately, in this climate, you can't go the standard way. You have to be a bit creative. Yeah, you have to be a bit creative with it, and it will pay off. Like, because I used to be such a scaredy cat, so like me emailing that person, it took a lot of guts. I was like, whatever. I was just so frustrated, and then she's opened so many doors for me, and she didn't know me. She's a stranger, complete stranger. I was still working in King's at that time.
So like if I understood correctly, you can share your email with Abby or like
NHS email. Happy to. I was saying to Victoria that I was like, I know nothing about entrepreneurship. I don't know about productions, and I was like, but I know someone in East London. So like she gave me her LinkedIn. Like I'm happy to pass on to like the person that would know more about it. Because it's just how things should be done. Like, I don't know.
Like, for me, it takes time. Like, I can't build network in one go like this. Sometimes I'm feeling like I'm doing. It's like I don't know how to say it in English.
Like it's not going anywhere.
Fish is like outside of water and like doing something like, and it's like
a fish out of water.
I don't know whether I express myself clearly.
So when you're thinking about networking, I think you have to think about networking in the huge, big picture. Am I allowed to tell them how I know you?
Yes.
Okay.
Sure.
Do you know how I got this lovely lady, this expert, to speak to you? It's because about 3 weeks ago, I was really sick. And I'm not very often sick, and I'm not a very good patient. So finally, I phoned my GP, and my GP sent me to the Tessa Gel Centre, where Doyen worked. I didn't meet Doyen. I met a friend of yours, And your friend was lovely. And your friend, and I was like, her friend was so articulate. Beatrice was just, she was really kind, really nice. She was telling me the story of how she got into nursing. And I was like, wow. And I was sick. I was so sick. But even with my sickness, I was thinking, no, she's great. She should come into our Meet the Employers. So that's networking. And then Beatrice couldn't come. And she said, but I know somebody even better than me.
I was just walking past her door.
Yes. So networking, okay, you can do the very specific LinkedIn. But our networking was just me being friendly, talking to her colleague, your colleague talking to you.
Yeah.
That's how networking sometimes works, yeah?
It takes a bit of bravery sometimes.
Yeah, you just have to be brave. But I think people generally in Britain are friendly. So when you see a twinkle in their eyes, you see a bit of friendliness, work it, and then
Absolutely.
Yeah.
There's a saying, like in London, I don't know if you guys have seen it, but people normally don't smile. Some people don't smile, but like once you see that twinkle, that smile, just take it. Just be like, oh, okay, there's someone.
And it works.
Honestly, it does work. But yeah, no, do it scared. That's what I would say. Do it scared, and you lose all the chances that you don't take. Take the chances anyway. But yeah, networking, unfortunately, different culture now. You just have to do it creatively. But yeah, are you guys finding the same things are happening when you guys apply for stuff as well? It's just like, it feels very like automated, and then like it's only by luck that you might get a response, or is it quite different for...
The most interesting moment that previous speaker, he told Peter, that please don't use these cliche phrases. But these cliche phrases, it's keywords how system choose candidates who will read
for an interview,
it's a tricky moment. If you use these keywords, you go through the system. If you don't use, you are...
Okay, guys, you all ready? Finish your last questions. It's time to move.
When you guys apply for jobs, do you answer their questions and do you apply using the job description? Like, did you say,
I tried.
You tried to use...
I spent several times for one application.
Yeah, okay.
To tailor, to use ChatGPT for a year afterwards.
Okay, good, yeah.
Give me a little bit of music so everybody moves.
Yeah, and how the employer would...
I would say, and I am still confused with these keywords, how to do it from one hand, honestly, from this...
I know what you mean, and AI...
We already have interviews with AI, so you don't even get a chance to talk to the HR. They're all ready.
So now there's like a barrier before the human...
Well, you're talking with automated...
Knocking.
Okay, folks, our lovely employers, it's time to be on your feet one more time.
My work is easy because I use ClickUp.
I'm sure you've got relevant experience, because admin is just organising things, and you must organise things in your life. Yeah. So it's about finding the examples where you have organised things and turning them to really good examples for the interview to demonstrate that you can do it. And it's those examples that are the most important thing, because I've interviewed lots of people and I'm not really interested in their experience. I'm more interested in what they've actually done. By which I mean, if I want someone to organise something, to do admin, I want to know that they're good at organising things. The top priority. Not that they've done the job before. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yes, but you have to take examples from your life. Does that make sense?
Yeah, thank you. So I have chance.
I think so, yeah, absolutely. But it's like any interview. You have to give examples of what you've done. So what, why, where, how, when, and then what happened as a result. That's the way you do examples. Yeah? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I talk a lot about the importance of giving examples, because most people don't do it very well. Most people. And when you understand what that means, something clicks. And if you do that, you give better answers than everyone else. And it pushes your chances up.
Should we prepare example for every possible question?
Yes. So when there's either volunteering or for a paid job, they give you a job description, which will give a personal specification. So it sets out what they want. So it could be somebody who's good at communicating, somebody who's good at computers, whatever it is. Yeah? So your examples need to address those specifications. And what you do, you don't just say, oh, I'm really good at computers, I've had a job with computers.
Is it really just about the sort of community aspect of
it's not
getting young people more confident
put you
with
above
their
everyone else.
speaking
You
skills?
say,
or are you looking
I
at
have a
that
job,
more
I'm
kind of
good at computers.
I'm translating a bit more sort of
When I
corporate
was
world of
working
speaker,
for the Refugee Council,
circuits and stuff
I
like
set
that.
up a new computer system in 2000, and I did this by talking to the staff team, developing a new system, and as a result, the processing of funds got a lot easier. I think that's a really bad example, but if you give examples like that, you sound real.
Less is more. So
you sound like you've actually done something.
It was my problem.
Yeah, so that's what I mean by experience, not necessarily the main. Obviously, if you're going to be an accountant, you need to be qualified and probably have some experience. But
they couldn't do it just because
really, what employers are after is somebody who they think can actually do the job, not necessarily someone who's done it before. Would be my analysis.
What is your favorite questions to someone who job
What I'm catching from what Amy is saying
I always
is
ask questions related
make
to
sure
the job
your idea is
description, but I will
strong and
always
go
ask
with
why
your
they want
passionate
the job.
idea, because it sounded like your
And in
idea was
charities,
two
the
slightly
world that I
separate
work in,
ideas
that's
together.
a really important
So I
question.
think from a branding
Because
viewpoint,
with
you just like
values,
that's
we
a bit
only
of
do
a
it
hard
because
sell, isn't it? If it's two separate entities which
really
don't quite
passionate about what we
cohere.
do.
And you end up putting your
so
energy
that
across those two
preparation
different things rather than
is
putting
really
it into, like,
important.
really refining what it is.
You have to
Actually,
know
I
the
think what you tapped
organisation.
into on
You have to
as well
demonstrate
as
that
like
you know the
core of it is
organisation
you
and
face
that you
this
like
problem.
what it
You
does.
wanted
So
to
you
build up
have
your
to do
English
the
skills, so
research.
you're very much
For me,
talking to
that's a really big
non-native
question.
English speakers who need to
And my
understand
other
how to
favourite
pitch,
question
how
is
to
what do you need to do in order to perform this
well-spoken
role successfully? Which is a
that's your idea.
self-reflection
That's the core of
question.
your idea. That's the
And
brilliant bit, because
it
you know it,
tells
because
me
you've
if
been
somebody
there. So I would really
thinks about their own development,
and then
and
what
if
I would
they
do is
want
like,
to,
okay, who are the
they're
people
serious
I
about
need to
improving.
involve
So it's
to
not a
help me
question to
achieve
catch
this?
you out.
I'm
It's
thinking
what
I
you
need
really need to do
have
to get better at
audience
this.
of people that are used
Yeah, so it's
to,
you. It would be. It could be
receiving this
anything. It could
information,
be
like pitch
well.
styles. So you want to speak to some people
you know,
that pitch
maybe
all
my
the
written
time,
skills
or
aren't
listen to
as good
pitches
as
all
I'd
the
like
time.
them
They're
to
going to
be.
be
So
the
I
people
want
that
to
are going to
take
give
a
you
course
advice.
on writing, and I want to
And
get
then you
better
want
than
the
that.
people through
Demonstrates
the
that
door
you
that are going to
understand
benefit
where
from the service.
your
So it's
not
almost like that
weaknesses,
sort
but
of
where you need to
two-way
develop.
piece.
It's not a scary question.
And yeah,
I know people
that's
get worried
kind
about
of what I
that.
would concentrate on.
It's
because
a
we started
take
and there was
on
lots of
that
different
horrible
things.
question.
Yeah.
What's your
But I think really
greatest
trying to
weakness?
nail down
Horrible
what it
question.
is that's different about you.
You can turn that
and
round
what it
to
is
think,
you're
what do I need
offering.
to improve in order to do this job, particular job very well?
Because it started from the Ukrainian side. Because
And
we
what would
we are
be the
talented,
red
like,
flag,
we're
red
great,
flag for you?
But at the same time, we don't have.
People don't know what they're applying
in
for.
different area here,
That's,
all
you know, people come along and they just don't know what the organisation does.
You don't
And
know
it's
how
like,
to
no, you're not
talk,
going to
like
work for
chit-chat
us
to do
because
it.
you
So-
have absolutely no idea
But,
that we're a charity
just to
and
open
what
up
we
the
do.
discussion
So
a little bit.
for
So
me,
I
that's a
think,
red flag.
Amy, what you're saying is generally,
not much else is, but
you
that,
want to have a
that
good
one is
brand,
very
it needs to be
definite.
something that
Yeah.
you're passionate about,
Not go
and
to
that
employ
you
somebody
love,
who doesn't
and then
know
you
what we
can
do.
sell it more easily.
What kind of
Yeah.
specialist, what type of profession
Yes,
work
yes,
in charity? It could be accountants, it could be marketologists, project managers, and kind of
Almost anything. I mean,
maybe something creative.
Very much. There are lots of creative organisations out there. The theatre, Greenwich Theatre, really creative. I mean, there's all sorts of. There's such a wide variety. So there are groups
For
working
example,
with
it
children.
could be photographer or who,
Yeah, absolutely. There could be anything.
art teacher.
Yeah. I mean, there's as wide a range as there is in any other sector. Yeah. What are you interested in?
I am a pattern cutter and dressmaker.
Oh,
So,
are you?
yeah.
Wow, how lovely.
I'm not sure is it connected with charity sector.
I could be.
So this isn't my idea, but
I mean,
I'm reading
you'd have
lots
to
of
research
Yeah, that's why I'm interested in what kind of creative specialist could work in charity sector. Of course, I understand that marketologists, photographs, social media managers, of course, but what other kind of?
Well, I mean, thinking about, you know, performing arts. Performing arts needs costumes, don't they? So, I mean, there's a huge...
So you're a counsellor, aren't you, in Ukraine? Yeah, okay, yeah.
Amazing.
So,
yes.
Things like,
but I think it's really
theatres,
concentrating on
I
what,
would
again,
say,
going back to the
the
unique
main one. And there's lots of community theatres as well that might need somebody to help, like, design
and you
make
know, find that
costumes, that kind of
avenue
thing.
unique, and find
You'd
the
have to
avenues
go out
that's
and
really
try to
valuable,
research
who that's really valuable
what they might
so
be.
for a counsellor it's going to be okay, like opening up
So,
more
so
conversation
places
spaces,
like
sort of therapy spaces,
in Tower
and
Hamlets,
connect
we've
with
got
other
Half
people
Moon
in that
Theatre, for
way.
example,
I
which
think
is a
it's, I know it's
theatre that
really
works with
simple answer, but
children
I know it's
people,
not that
and they
useful, but
do
it's focus on your
productions. So they I don't know if they do, but that's the kind of organisation that might want somebody who's got those kind of dressmaking pattern skills.
I saw some charity organization which connect with fashion, but honestly, I don't understand what exactly they do.
Okay, well, yeah. Which ones?
Rock Caramel, if you know. I will find
Find it for me.
Yeah.
'cause I don't know.
And I read about them, but
Maybe it's about sustainable fashion.
I understand. I understand they teaching children's. Yeah.
Oh.
Education
nice.
charity
Yeah.
that provide training and job opportunities. So, but I read about them. It's about aesthetics, fashion, but as I understand, they are. Ой, для мене на камеру говорити все. У мене просто пропадає дар речі.
Я тільки фотографую.
So, as I understand, they help with teaching children
Yeah,
in
sounds
this
like it.
industry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I try to understand. I read about them. School, college, fashion week.
Yeah.
But they are charity organization.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's why I asked
Yeah,
what.
I mean, they might have some kind of volunteer role or some kind of paid role. You'd have to go onto their website, have a look on their page, see what they offer. That's a really good way to approach it, is to find a few organisations that you're interested in and you like their work, and then just keep checking in whether they've got any vacancies, any job vacancies or volunteer vacancies. And so target the organisation, and then when one comes up, you know that you already want to work for them. It's quite a good. That's what I've done. I did when I looked for my current job. I just looked across all the kinds of CVSs that there are across the country, basically, and applied for all of them.
And what is your approach to find the right people to your company? I mean,
sorry, say that again.
What is your approach to find employee if you need, for example, someone to your company? Where do you?
Well, we try to employ locally, so we're kind of interested in people who live in Tower Hamlets because that's my borough. But we would advertise on our website, and that's usually it. And we do some social media and LinkedIn. But we normally get what we want through just doing that. So we don't do
apply Indeed or something.
No, never. We might occasionally look at Charity Job, which is a website that
Charity Job, yeah.
And that's quite good. But the reason I say about going to your local CVS or volunteer centre is that they have local jobs. So they may have jobs that aren't advertised anywhere else. That's what we do, because we want local people to apply. So we would always, for most jobs, not all jobs, we would start with just advertising on our website. Did you give me your email address? Because I'm going to send around a list of CVSs that advertise paid jobs and volunteer centres that advertise volunteer jobs. Did you put it on? Okay.
This is the last group you're going to talk to, so make it count. We're just going to move around now. Last time, I know you're tired, but they are amazing people who've given up their time for you today. And
finance occupation.
Okay.
Here.
So your experience is in finance?
Yes,
right?
back in Ukraine.
Okay.
Here, like I'm doing self-study and then probably
I see.
And just could you please remind me your professional occupation?
Of course. So, unfortunately, it's not about finance. So I work in brand strategy and market research. So I work for big brands like Kit Kat, for example, and I would try and understand their consumers. So I'd come to you and I'd say, right, let's really understand everything that you like about sweet treats, as an example. And I go out and I understand people, and then I package that up and I give that back to brands, and we work on a strategy of how they can be more successful, essentially. So I'm afraid it probably doesn't have much to do with finance.
Administration. Sometimes field maybe. Initially it sounds is completely different.
Yeah.
But like
You never know.
administration and clerk, like I'm looking for paid job and administration, like accounting and finance, because I'm still building rebuilding, I would say, knowledge, skills in finance. In accounting, like I'm looking for volunteering, internship, paid, unpaid.
Yeah, fantastic. I mean, at the moment, I don't know of anything at my company that would be quite suitable, just because that's not the area I work in. But tell me a bit more about the type of finance are you kind of financial director of companies? Is that what, like... Accountant, bookkeeper. Okay, nice.
It's
amazing.
Like, there is accounting management, but I worked, for instance, back in Ukraine. It's more bookkeeper or like accounts assistant. It's not accounting. No. Accounting management, I did a little bit like as an analysis of, for instance, sales, like to provide director or owner company with figures, numbers in Excel.
Fantastic. I mean, I'm afraid I don't know of many opportunities, but I bet you have so many transferable skills that would put you in a really good position.
I'm about to speak Ukrainians accountants who are like successful. They have
amazing.
already got a job.
Is that working?
To understand, like I will try to do it, because now I'm a little bit distracted with some situations with accommodation. I hope I can stay.
That would be great.
I will not need to move again.
Have you had to move around a lot? Yes, you have. I understand. But I mean, helping out obviously your fellow country folk is a really good thing to do, as a good in.
Sorry, could you please repeat again?
It's a great idea to, be the sort of accountant for fellow Ukrainians who needs the help. Is that what you were saying?
Not who I'm about to ask their advice, for instance, to discuss my work experience in bookkeeping or accounting back in Ukraine, and like here, because like my knowledge, local knowledge, I'm still building, and I know that there are some similarities and differences in way of conducting bookkeeping or accounting. Here,
there's also a lot of online.
Like I can transfer, like to even describe, for instance, I did like this, I performed this. Duties is this like payables, receivables. And
you need something very specific, don't you, almost to go through those stages and have someone that's very much in the field of finance to help you out there, I think, which would help. Sadly, that's not me.
He spoke to one of your like acquaintances, maybe you have known.
Maybe.
This person.
He doesn't tell me.
He or she, I don't know, as an accountant.
Okay.
I don't
That's
know
good.
whether like he can share through Abby, or like to share with Evelina, or Abby contacts. Or
Okay, that's good. That's always promising.
May I ask you as well? Because I'm back in Ukraine, I have marketing background.
Nice.
So I'm interested. So I heard myths, maybe it's just myths, I hope it's just myths, that for refugees, for some who is foreigner here,
Mhm.
it's difficult to get in marketing because we don't know this mindset
Mhm.
of local people.
Yeah.
Is it true?
I don't think that's true. No, I think
To build this brand, for example,
Yeah,
should
of
I know
course.
everything? This
About
general.
no, because you can never know everything.
Yeah.
You can never know everything. I think you I'm sure understand the fundamentals of marketing, whether that's like talking about your product or your price or whatever that is. I think a lot of the job then is for researchers such as myself to translate some of that into more culturally nuanced understanding. But no, you're never expected to know everything because you can never please everyone. And I think a lot of time brands trying to be all things to all people, they're trying to please everyone, but that means that they end up not really speaking to anyone with much relevance. So I wouldn't worry. I don't think you need to really. I think as long as you know what you do about marketing, that's your passion, and you're great at that, then I think that's enough. Definitely. So what is it that do you work here? Do you have work here or
I work here.
Amazing.
So I do everything, websites,
All of
social
this?
media. Yes.
Yeah. Can I take a
Canva.
picture of this? Because
Yeah,
this looks
we'll
great.
send you. No
I love it.
Galina has been doing a fantastic job.
Can you advise me any shallow entry to professionals?
Say it again. Sorry.
Can you advise me any shallow entry to your
Oh, good question. Can I advise in shallow entry to the profession?
Maybe you have apprenticeship,
Yeah.
internship or something else.
They're definitely. So, I was saying to the other table, at our company currently, we have 2 apprenticeships. They're both full. They are full. But I can definitely check and see whether we're going to repeat those, or there's other agencies within our organisation that would have that. The other thing to look at is lots of time spent searching. I'm sure you have done this already. Marketing apprenticeships, social media support and apprenticeships. And of course we can connect on LinkedIn, and I'd be happy to keep a lookout, definitely. Is there a certain area of marketing that you feel passionate about or you specialize in? Or
So I started from journalism and then go to copywriting,
Amazing.
PR,
Yeah.
and then marketing,
Yeah.
Event organizing, etc.
Yeah.
So, right now we are recording a podcast.
Oh, okay.
On YouTube. So now I'm passionate
Amazing.
about promoting through
yeah. Would you consider yourself like a creator? Do you think that? Yeah. Amazing. Yeah, it's very cool. Very cool.
Thank you. So stay in touch.
Yeah, absolutely. So one of the things I'm working on at the moment is, Adobe? No? Let me find the brand so I can show you what it is.
This is the brand?
Sorry for interruption. Amy, you're like...
Yeah, I also look on the embroidery.
It was a total fluke. I didn't do it on purpose, I promise. But
It reminds us
but you like it?
Ukrainian
It
style.
looks like
Ah,
Ukrainian.
thank you.
Really.
So do you recognize this brand? Yeah. So I'm doing work for them at the moment, and they're interested in talking to people such as yourself that are working in creative industries. So I could definitely, what it would mean is almost like taking part in research, as no work, just like taking part in research. But I can definitely take your details if that's something that, it's paid, but it's just like answering questions and surveys and stuff. If that's of interest, I can see if that's good.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, cool. Well, let me bring up this. Do you want to take a picture?
I guess I connected with you because
You did
I
already?
searching for a LinkedIn page.
Yeah.
To take
Yeah.
this.
Oh, of course. So you already have it. There you go. You're already there.
Maybe
Amazing.
I'm on your network.
Yeah.
Just check, please.
Of course.
No, it's not.
Not
me.
yet.
Is it this one? Just scroll down.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
I connected with you yesterday.
Oh, great. Oh, maybe I already said yes then.
Maybe. Check. No, still second right now.
Look at the black spot on my face.
No, it's my fault of this my fault. It's not with your picture. Okay, thank you.
I'm sure it will
Good
come through.
connection.
I'm sure it'll
Valuable
come
connections.
through. There you go.
Yeah, while I'm working, I can consider my future. Yeah, it's me.
Perfect. Okay, fantastic. Well, let me have a think about that, because I think that might be suitable as well if you're making podcasts and content and stuff like that. Very interesting. Yeah. I'm glad I can help.
Okay. Guys, if you guys want to grab a seat, yeah, perfect, okay. Yeah, okay, right. Oh, no. Okay. No. Okay. So, as you can tell, I'm tired, but I'm sure our amazing... That way around? That's the one. That way around, okay. Okay, I'm tired, but I'm sure our amazing employers are even more tired because I have seen them chat, give advice, tell stories, do all sorts of amazing things, give advice about cover letters, CVs, your personal brand, what possible careers you could go into, how you could change your life. I wish I'd had time to talk to them more because they were just incredible. So first of all, I would like you to give them a huge round of applause. And we would like to thank them from the bottom of our hearts for their time, their care, their intuition, their just general amazingness. When we started, I said they were heroes. Now they've done 2 hours solid chat. You know they really, really are heroes. So I would just quickly like to ask them, I know what you guys have learned because we've been listening, we've been recording, we've been making notes. I would just like to ask them very quickly what they've learned tonight. Maisie. Okay, so we know they're all good storytellers, so.
I think just from some conversations that I've had, it's important to feel like I see a feeling that I get a lot when I'm trying to think about how I progress in my career and how I approach people and how I talk to people. And I think so often, particularly in what I do and what my mum does, you get knocked back or you feel like you're sending something into a void, like sending emails into a void or sending applications or CVs into a void. And all of you are so nice and lovely and chatty. And I think like as much as you can, talking to people directly does help you, and try not to get, like I have to tell that to myself a lot in what I do as well, but try not to get knocked back. It does get there. It does eventually get there, yeah.
Brilliant, thank you very much.
I think what I've learned is how much I do know. I think once you open up and start talking, I was like, oh, I do know a person in that, or I do know a person that does this. So you guys have showed me how much I actually have in my arsenal. And if I literally just think for a minute and stop the noises, I could actually become very helpful and useful when it's just all about talking and being brave and opening up. Yeah.
I suspect you're quite helpful and useful on a daily basis, but yeah. I think one of my takeaways is how much I take for granted in understanding like networks and how jobs and systems work in the UK, because I haven't ever been outside of it. It's a new appreciation for coming into something that seems so natural because I've been around it for so long, and like a real appreciation and respect for coming into it from the outside and having to learn and understand all of these different things which will be different to what everyone is used to.
Okay, so guys, you know what that means? The bottom line is, it means when Pete's looking for people to work for him, he's going to be extra kind to people who are not British, who are not from his network.
It's really true. And I think it actually puts several of the people we hired. There was a guy in finance, actually, we just hired. I didn't do the hiring, our CEO did. And it was specifically because the start of his cover letter was, I came to the UK when I was 14 from Portugal. I spoke no English, and I just graduated with a degree, and that literally got him the job in our business. So I think it's so impressive what you guys do, and I would encourage you so much, particularly in jobs, to be proud of this. People who have been in the same country all their lives will be so impressed when they stop and think how daunting and hard that must be. So I would embrace it and use it as much as you can.
Well, actually, mine's very similar, because I actually think that's really important, and I actually picked up a lot on how, we always think it's difficult to get into our careers, like difficult in the media especially, but then when you hear about some of the things that some of you have done, and had to give up in your careers, like to come here. That is just such a huge thing to sort of try and rebuild those careers. And so like any help we can give at all, like we've given our emails and numbers out, and like obviously we'll help in any way we can, because it's just so impressive and it's so difficult, and we really appreciate that. And it's just like an honour for us to sort of get to chat to you and hear all those experiences.
Very much. And so, just as Sue said, we will get people's emails and LinkedIn if they're happy to do that, and we will circulate it for you all, okay? Right. Okay.
All right. Okay.
I will hold this.
Thank you. I can see how much some of you are struggling, but what has come across most strongly from a number of you is the real passion that you have, real determination, and I think that you carry on, you keep thinking like this, and you will get somewhere, because that is always rewarded. So yeah, keep going.
Very good. The difficulty of going last is that there's been so many good things that have been said already, and I just want to echo the three people sat next to me. I think one of the questions I was asked was like, well, what can we do differently, or what can I do differently? We're not this, we're not that. And I think the main thing is, don't focus so much on what you're not, and really double down on what you are and the different unique passions and strengths that you do bring. Because yeah, from all of the stories I've heard so far, qualifications obviously will only get you so far, but as soon as you can get some face time and get in the room with someone and share some of the stories that you guys have been going through, and all of the amazing expertise and value that you bring, I think that's so incredible. So yeah, don't focus on the negative, and definitely double down on the positive, I'd say.
Great stuff. Okay. So, what I'm gathering from this is that you guys are wonderful, but also these guys are wonderful. So, big round of applause for everybody.